Hi there, I'm Eric Meeks, and I wanted to try something a little bit different today. I wanted to do a book review, but as a video. I read quite a bit. I read a couple of books a month, and if you know me, you know I write some books. But I wanted to try a new method right now to a book review, and I wanted to discuss the newest book I'm reading right now. It's called American Girls, Social Media, and the Secret Lives of Teenagers by Nancy Jo Sales. And now, I'm not a stalker. I'm not looking to pick up on teenage girls. I'm a dad who has 4 daughters amongst all my 8 kids. The youngest one is 2 and the oldest one is 12. So I've got one girl that's about ready to enter these teenage years. And honestly, I just need a greater insight to what's going on in the lives of girls so that I can interact with my daughters better and help guide them as they mature and they start interacting more with boys, something that as a dad I am greatly worried about. And, oftentimes, I'm sure many of you have heard this too, gee, Dad, you don't know what's going on in the world anymore. Or, gee, Mom, the world has changed a lot since you were a kid. And there's some truth to that. I think we all know that. But also, there's not. The world, maybe how we talk to each other has changed a little bit. But why we talk to each other has not changed a lot. Reading this book has really helped give me a great insight into what's going on with teenagers and how they're interacting with each other and how girls and boys are interacting and how some of the worst elements and some of the best elements are going on. And I gotta tell you, I'm only about a third of the way through this book, and I think it's an amazing book. I think every parent out there should read this or something like it. It's been a real eye-opener to me in some regards. It's taught me that there's some great things happening on the internet these days. Some other young gals that are kind of in that 13 to 19-year-old range, which is the age that this gal Nancy Jo Sales that she interviewed in order to write this book, that there are a handful of young people out there that are using the internet to broadcast better ways to prepare yourself with beauty supplies, your better makeup principles, better ways to dress, how to be stylish in these regards, and how to interact with people. And I put on one of these videos today by a gal named Bethany Moda, who's kind of a Hispanic gal who lives, I think, somewhere in California. But anyways, the point is, she was going through makeup and how to do it and what her morning's like and how she tries to eat healthy and how she interacts with her little baby sister and cute little baby. And then just how she starts her day and a lot about the makeup and the clothes she chooses to wear. And it was kind of a PG thing, it wasn't even PG-13. There was nothing inappropriate about it, although I did say, hey, I think that shirt's a little too short, and I don't like the midriff tops for my daughters to wear. And I was pleased to see that Bethany Moda put on some leggings before she went out in what I thought was a little short of a miniskirt. And maybe that's the old dad in me coming out, because I'll tell you, as a teenage boy, I would have loved to have seen the girl in the short miniskirt. Okay, so, life changes and you become protective of your kids. But you also want to interact with them and not have them think that, oh, when I was a kid, the world was in black and white and dinosaurs ruled the earth. And I know that it wasn't too late after that because there were dinosaurs and America was founded. Then we fought the Civil War, World War II came along, and then shortly after that I was born. I mean, that's not the truth, but that's kind of a kid's view of history and where I fit into it. Whereas they're in an age of spaceships, billionaires, and the internet, and I don't know what's going on. But I'll tell you what, parent to parent, I think we do know what's going on to a larger degree. We sometimes just need to fine-tune the words and the phrases and how we interact with our kids so that we can make the most of the knowledge we already have. That's what this book has allowed me to do. Okay, this morning I put on that video. We had a great little discussion about what they liked, what they didn't like about it, and it was just like a little creaking the door open. It's also allowing me to see some of the things that maybe aren't so great, okay, like how boys can be popular by being what's called savage. And what that is that that's kind of a chauvinistic a womanizing young man who tries to encourage the girls to send nude pictures of the girls to him because that makes the boy to have more prestige with other boys. When he shows them, hey, here's a picture of so-and-so, I gotta send me a nude today. And oftentimes they lie to the girls. I mean, no surprise there. Hey, if you send me a nude picture of you, I can get some liquor from my older brother. They call it LQ, in their text messaging. I can get some LQ from my older brother. Send me a nude. And oftentimes, more than you would imagine, girls are doing it. Something I definitely don't want my girls to do, and I'm hoping that this is an eye-opener to you as a parent out there, and that you will now watch for this too. Girls like the savage boys to some degree. It's not much different than when I was a kid, a girl who would hang out with a guy who maybe rode a motorcycle. Okay? Or how a girl who was either a soc on campus or wanted to be a soc might want to hang out with one of the football stars or basketball stars. Okay? So it kind of has those same sort of cultural dynamics, but now it's being done with gadgets. A lot of this book goes through feminism and the evolution of that from the 1960s up to current times. There were 200 girls interviewed in this book going up to 2015, so it's very current information. But it talks about a real dynamic shift happening in about 2006, 2009 as cell phones entered into the marketplace and into mainstream America, and how young people just had to have one, and it allows them to interact with each other and their parents to not hear it or see it. Now, when I was a kid, we would all hang around the phone, hope our parents weren't around, and we would talk with the one or two friends that we had that we could really connect with. But now they're connecting with hundreds or thousands. They compete for how many likes they get on Facebook. They compete with how many likes they get on their Instagram pictures or their Snapchat pictures. And they use these same accounts to send hate mail to each other and cyberbully each other. These things there. So, and there's a lot of phrases in here, like being a flirt butt, okay, that I didn't know before, that word savage for boys. So it's allowing me as a parent to be more aware of what's going on and where my kids might be ending up and what could be happening in a chat room or just chatting with their friends, and how quickly things go viral within a campus-size environment of like a high school or a junior high. So I think this is a must-read. I'm very glad that I picked it up. I'm only about a third of the way through it right now. I've still got all of this to go through, but I feel so strongly about it. I wanted to share what I've learned so far, and if you haven't read it and you're a parent, I'll tell you, it's worth it. If there's two spouses in the house, one of them at least should read it. Or something like this. I don't want to push this book so much, but I'll tell you, for me, this was a good book. I hope this helps you in some regards. My name is Eric Meeks. Would love to have conversations with anybody who has strong feelings about this either way. It's been a real eye-opener for me. And I think as parents, we could all use some advice sometime. I'm glad I picked up the book American Girls, Social Media, and the Secret Lives of Teenagers by Nancy Jo Sales. I advise you to do it too. It's at Barnes & Noble right now on their newest bestseller list. It's $26.95 in hardback. I got a little off because I'm a Barnes & Noble member. But this is what is going on with our kids. My name is Eric Meeks. Thank you very much for your time. I hope this has been a good book review for you, and I look forward to seeing you on the internet. This is Eric. Have a good day.